Hi everyone, Sarah here. I'm going to try and do some coloring for you guys. We'll see how this goes and then maybe I can keep trying to do it. Pretty much I almost always have my images already stamped out and the faces done because I find it's easier for me to go ahead and just stamp them all out, color in their faces, and then when I'm ready to do my project, then I can pick the colors that I want for everything else and move on. So my go-to face colors, I use E50, E51, E53, and then for my cheeks I use R11. So those are the colors that I use. I like it just because it's a nice, I don't know, it kind of looks paler, but when you get into the YR000s, these ones I had done up with the YR000 because I ran out of E50 and I needed to get a refill, and they're really, really peachy, like bright peachy to me. And I don't know, I'm just not a huge fan of it. So I would rather have a little more pale looking than the peachy tone. So it's not terrible, but it's just the way I prefer it. So, like I said, they're usually always already colored up, and then I just go and I pick my paper and I pick the colors that I want to use. I have my chart that I keep out beside me while I'm coloring. My go-to for hair colors, it's pretty sad. Brown is kind of my favorite. I use E25, E27, and E29. I don't know, I just started using them and that's pretty much what I stuck with. So for the hair, it depends on what I'm coloring, if I'm in a hurry or if I'm just doing something just on a quick project to get done. I don't know. It depends on the technique that I use. So either I fully blend and just do like a solid line, like there's no flick marks in it. I don't know, it's hard to explain. I still do the shading with the different colors, but there's no, you don't see any hairlines in it. So that's my fast, need to get it done quick. So then the other one is with the flick lines. So I just hold my marker up. I very lightly, don't press down too much because you want the really light lines and you want to be able to see a line coming out of it. So I always start with my lightest color, and by no means, guys, am I a teacher. I've never done any certifications. The only art classes I ever had was in high school. So this has all just been from practice and watching videos online. So I start with my lightest color first, then I go to my medium color and just go right over top. And again, just nice and light flick marks, because you want to make it look like there's strands of hair. And then I go to my darkest one. Don't know why I'm putting them down. Usually I hold all three of them in my hand. I'm just more concerned about what the video looks like. And then I do my darkest. I don't do as much on the darkest one because I'm going to fill everything in after. And I pretty much go light to dark and then I go right back down. So I go to my medium, so the E27, and this time I'm blending and pulling a little bit further. So you'll start to see the white disappear. And you don't have to go over the whole thing, you just want to blend your marks. And then to the E25, and this is where pretty much you can leave a little bit of white in if you want, but most of your white will disappear. And then you can go back and again with the E27 or just go straight to the E29. And this is where you want to really lightly hold your marker above the paper so it's barely touching and pull your lines all the way down, all the way through, so that you look like you have different strands of hair going through. So there is the result. I don't know if you guys can see it. I'll have to check the video after, so hopefully this works. So I always do it in sections. I usually kind of proportion it off as to where the hair is. Try not to color on her face. It happens. That's what the blender's for. And then I always have to turn the paper so that I can do my flicking motion in the direction that the hair is going. And you kind of want to choose where the light is going to reflect. And that's where your lighter spot is going to be. This one's a little hard because she's got a big section of hair on the side. I don't know if I can add music to this. We'll see. I've never done that before. And again, go down to the lighter one, and this one we're going to pull it down a lot further because it is a lot bigger space that we're dealing with. And again, see how I went outside of the lines there? That's because I'm a messy colorer. And then your lightest color to bring it all down. And then again, a little bit with the medium. And this is where you want to carefully bring some lines all the way through. And then the darker one. Ooh, that was a little dark. If you ever think you have too much, you can go back to just the lightest color and try and blend some of it through again. And then it won't be so dramatic. Alright, and then with the braid, I always start from the inside. I don't know if you guys can see that. And just flick out, because the inside is going to be darker. Go to my E27. Usually I also color the hair last, just because it usually is a darker. If it's blonde, then I'll color it first, because the blonde I can go over. But when it's dark like this, I like to color it last, because then if I get some on the shirt, it's not as big a deal to try and blend out. Now I'm just filling in the edges with the lightest color. And then the bottom, we're going to do dark up here. Should flip it. around. I like to flick out dark when it comes in closer and dark at the end. Do hope this works out so that you guys can see. There we go. She's all colored up. Only thing left is her shirt, and I think I will do this one. Color paper do I have out here? I think I'll do it turquoise. Yeah. Sometimes, because there's not a lot of space, I'll just use 2 colors. I'll try it with the 3. If I can find it. There you go. So I'm going to use BG02, BG05, and BG07. And to be honest with you guys, I have no rhyme or reason for the way I picked them. I know there's supposed to be some sort of pattern that you follow, but I just pick them based on the colors that I like and that I think will blend together nicely. So again, from lightest to darkest. And back out again. And then take your light color. This one is where I'm blending it all in, so I'm kind of rubbing it to try and get rid of the lines. And we're going to go up the other side. There's a little piece down here. Alright, so there is the colored image. Super cute. Might see if I can clean up the edges because I have her on a die cut. Sometimes I find if you are cleaning with your blender, it is better to wait until that color is dry, because if you do it when it's wet, it's more of a blend, and when you do it when it's dry, it's more of an erase. Oh, and then this one, I find that it doesn't stamp very well, so I use my this is a Sakura Micro Perm 0.05. I don't know if you can see that. I use this to draw her eye back in because it is definitely not there. And just kind of flick the eyelashes. So that's a little better. And then my white gel pen to do dots in her eyes, and then I also do dots on the cheeks. And in this one, I do a little bit on her lips to make them look juicy. Alright, so there we go. I don't know if this is going to be right side, upside down. We'll see when the video is done. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave a comment, subscribe if you wish. Any of these stamps are available in the Not Too Shabby shop, and I will put the link down below. Leave a comment. Bye-bye.